So how to size the illumination? Let's see that. So let me share you the screen illumination. Fine. So generally, the lighting system shall comprise of following subsystems. In our, suppose if I am talking about the substation, I required the lighting for the entire outside the substation during after 6 p.m. Because if I want to attend any maintenance work, or generally we required a switchyard illumination for the switchyard. We will generally call the outside where the equipments are exposed to the atmosphere. That part we will generally call as a switchyard. So we have to provide the switchyard illumination for the switchyard, as well as we have to provide the illumination for the roads inside the substation, or street light could be a kind of, I can call it as a street lighting, or else I can we have to provide illumination for the inside the control rooms, office rooms, or toilets, staircase, corridors. So everywhere we have to provide the lighting illumination. Or else let's talk about our suppose our house. So I am owning suppose a 2 BHK flat. So I have to provide the illumination for my hall, for the kitchen, for my puja room, and for the other bedrooms or toilets. I have to provide the lighting. So this can be done. Generally, we will do the lighting calculation on the Dialux software. So in the standards of IEC or IEC or IS, so it was mentioned that what is the lux level? What is the lux level to be maintained in this particular rooms? Suppose if I am talking about the office rooms, it was mentioned in that articles, in that standards, that the lux level to be maintained in the control room is at 200 lux or 350 lux. In the toilets, generally 100 lux, staircase 30 lux or 50 lux. So it's rarely using one. So a person who is using will mostly be there in the office rooms or working area. So the lux level should be more there in that area. So based on the lux levels and some other factors that we will see in the next slides. So by using these conditions or all, we have to size the illumination for the substation as well as for the rooms. So you know that lux, right? Lux is generally a measurement of intensity of the light level intensity. Generally, we will call it as a lux. So let's first of all, let's see how I am classifying the light illumination in the substation. First of all, I am having three types of lighting. One is the AC normal lighting, where the system will be normally on. The lightning fixtures of the system will be connected to the normal lighting distribution boards, which is fed from the auxiliary transformer. Emergency one is will be connected. Generally, we will consider the emergency loads on the AC whilst 25% of the lights connected on 25%. Suppose if I am in a room, I am having 4 lights. In that, 1 light should be on emergency, and these are connected could be on the DG set or emergency like UPS when in case of my auxiliary transformer fails. And apart from this, if you want, you can place a DC emergency lighting. In our projects, generally we are not using this. We are only restricting up to normal lighting and AC emergency lighting. We are not having DC emergency lighting, but in some projects we can see DC emergency or lighting also, depend upon the client request. So a few DC emergency lighting fixtures operated on DC system. Here, if my auxiliary transformer is failed, if my DG set is failed, then the battery will come. On the battery, these lights will glow. Such as generally these lights will be provided in strategic locations, such as operating personnel can safely find their way even during emergency of total AC failure. Generally, these locations we can consider as staircase, corridors, rooms, battery room, fire pumping rooms, etc. These lights generally in off and will be switched on automatically when under voltage occur in the AC main lighting distribution board. Generally, we are taking a signal from that. If the voltage is less, low or fail, then this will automatically on here on the DC emergency. So this is a general classification of lighting in the substation. So what are the factors to be considered when you are sizing the illumination for a system, for a room, or for a corridor, or for a road, or for any switchyard outside the outside area? So the minimum, the first 4 steps are there. The minimum lux level to the average lux level ratio should not be less than 0.6. The maintenance factor for indoor illumination should be considered as 0.8. And for outdoor, if you're doing the project for the outdoor, like switchyards, there the maintenance factor should be considered as a 0.6. The surface reflection factor from the ceilings, wall, or floor shall be generally considered as a standard one, like 0.5 is a reflection factor from the ceiling, 0.3 reflection factor from the wall, 0.1 reflection factor from the floor. Apart from the 4 above factors, coefficient of utilization, room index, height of the working plane, mounting height of the fixtures also to be considered. So what all this we will say, I will show you in the Dialux practically. Fun. So what is the functionality of the interior lighting? The function of generally interior lighting is to ensure safety of the people, facilitate performance of visual tasks, and aid the creation of the appropriate visual environment. Indoor lighting is generally for the control rooms, switchgear rooms, battery rooms, pump houses, etc. Outdoor lighting is required for security, vigilance, movement of personnel, equipment, or operation of the equipment in the outdoor switchyard. Generally, we have to consider the outdoor lighting. Mostly, we have to focus on the auxiliary transformer or power transformer areas, breaker areas, as well as roads, unloading areas, boundaries of the substations, etc. So outdoor lighting is again broadly classified into 4. Area lighting, where this is for illuminating the open storage areas and the switchyards. Flood lighting will be provided for open storage and switchyard areas. Facade lighting, this is for illuminating the building elevations. Road lighting, this is for illuminating the planned approach roads or internal roads inside the substation. Perimeter lighting, this is illuminating the perimeter fences, walls for security purpose. So methodology, how you are implementing this lighting? First one, the first step, if lattice support structure lighting mast is there. See, if you are using lightning structural type lightning mast, if you are using that mast is provided in the substation area for protection of lightning, use the platform provided in the mast area shall be used for fixing the lightning fixtures. Fixtures shall be mounted on the galvanizings, making use of a shop provided holes or suitable clamps. No cutting or drilling of galvanizing structure is permitted. Also, we must mount the assembled fittings and install necessary cabling. So the case one is you can use the already existing lightning structures for illumination, for mounting of the fixtures. When you are mounting the fixtures, you have to use clamps and bolts. Should not cut or drill the the lattice structure, which lose its capability to sustain for the long years. So case 2, if there is no lattice structure, suppose if you are designing the lightning protection for the substation with the shield wire, if you are using with the shield wire, so obviously you are not having the lattice structure. So in that case, you can provide high bay lighting mast. Suppose you can choose a floodlight arrangements in the substation, or else you can use existing towers. The in towers we are having, right, in the substation we are having so many towers for the bus stringing. So you can use those towers and you can place the luminaries there. It's not recommended because of safety reasons. Suppose if you want to change the luminary, you are going near to the live pot. So it is not recommended. But in Indian, most of the projects we are doing that for as a kind of optimization. In abroad, they won't recommend you to do this because they will give importance for the safety. If any area is uncovered in the high bay lighting mast, we should provide separate lighting fixtures on existing gantry to cover that area. In addition to the general lighting, Generally, lighting to be provided at particular areas of the substation, as I discussed before, like breaker operating area, power transformer area, isolator, metering. These are the main areas where a person will generally go and work. So these should be illuminated perfectly. And if you see the particular of substation areas, control room, the required lux is 350, battery rooms 100, telecommunication room 300, and so on. Toilet, switchyard, stairs 100, corridor 100, kitchen it is a 150, GIS hall 150, diesel generator room 150, all these things. So these are the required levels to be maintained. And generally, we are using most of the projects. Generally, we are using LED type luminaries. So where you are using what location, you can see this. How you are mounting that false ceiling or room slab, or you're just placing on the gate post. This is for the LED type post top lantern type fixtures. Generally for the gate entrance, we are having a gate right on either side of the gate. We are placing this. So these are the different types of the fixtures and location mounting. So these are the general concept of the lighting. So let's discuss, let's see the how to size the lighting illumination sizing in the Dialux software for a room. Let me open the Dialux software for you. Yes. So here you can see that this is the Dialux software, which is 4.12 version. Team, able to see the software? Fine. So let's suppose, let's first of all see the here. Before that, when you are opening this, you can see a welcome page and what you want to do. You want to do the interior project or exterior project or a street project. This is to for the road. This is for switchyard, and this is for the control rooms or your apartments, whatever maybe inside the rooms. So I'm selecting this. So now if you see here in the file, you can see general new open this already, you know, and here you can see import. So you can import the design directly from the CAD, right? And you can import if you want to import the luminary files. Suppose if you're taking a 40 watts Crompton Greaves lamp or Bajaj lamp, so you can ask the manufacturer the luminary file generally just to calculate the what is to design your system before purchasing that luminary. So that is the luminary files you can import here, and after that you can export the summary in the PDF, or if you want to send this where the luminary to be placed inside the room in a CAD view, so you can also do in a CAD view. And in the edit, generally edit a view, you can see the different views of the room, a 3D view or a floor plan or XZ level or YZ level kind of thing. And this is the CAD one, and luminary fix and luminary selection, output, window, just for all other things you generally know, and all that. So when you're clicking that one, so a box will appear here. So now it's asking that room editor. It is asking you to mention the length of the room, width of the room, and height of the room. Let's suppose my length of the room is 5 meters, and width is also a 5-meter room. Or let's suppose a 3-meter room. 3-meter room. Okay? And click on OK. So this is the room. Now I want to size the lux levels. I have to mention the lux level and the lux level. So suppose this is the room of control room, right? In the control room, what we discussed it, the lux level to be maintained is 350 lux. The lux level to be maintained is 350 lux. Let me go back to our this presentation. So what is the lux level? 350. This is the required lux level at ground for the control room. And also these conditions we have to satisfy when you are sizing this. So let's come back to here. So this is the room I presume now. So now here you can go to the maintenance plan. This is the light loss factor, which is we selected what we taught to select. 0.8 for outdoor. It should be 0.6 for outdoor, 0.8 for indoor. So it is already 0.8 for the indoor. Fine. Then go to the room surface. What is the room surface? The reflection factors. Because when a light was hit any on some material, suppose if I am using the glass on the side walls, I am not using the walls, I am using the glass. Obviously, the luminary illumination design is different. If I am having a wood, if I am having a wall, if I am having a glass, obviously a reflection pattern will affect, right? So generally, it was recommended to use the reflection factor as 80, zero point 0.5, zero point 0.3, and zero point 0.1. So 0.5, which is a 50%, 0.3, which is this, and this is the reflection factor I'm using here. Go back to here, 0.5, 0.3, 0.9. So the reflection pattern was done. Then I am moving to the next one, alignment. So alignment, it's not much required. It's a concept where. So if you want to name this room, you can name this room like I want to give this name like a control room. Control room. So my control room was finished. So I made the light loss factor, which is 0.8, and I also mentioned the what the lux reflection factors of this. And if you want to choose, you can choose here. So what is the material of this? Whether it is a glass, cement, wood, concrete, what is this? And color also will change. Green, it shows the different value, the lux values, and all this. And if it is, these are some standards: 50, 30, 20, 50, 31, all this. So suppose this is my standard, I am using this. Go to the one. Yeah. So my one, this one is finished. Now what you have to do? You have to mention the luminaries inside this one. Mount. You have to right click on this. You can see the insert luminaries. How you want to insert the luminaries? If you want to insert in a field arrangement, if you want to insert an individual luminary in a line, you want to arrange in a circle arrange, or how floodlight arrangement. Suppose I am considering field arrangement. So entire this area. So you generally you can give here. So here you can choose a luminary. Suppose here I am choosing 40 watts luminary, LED luminary, which is of a Bajaj make. And if you these are the two things I am having here. If you want, you can import from the luminary files and go to the mounting. In the mounting, if you want, you can give how many rows you want to place. Like suppose if you are taking 2, 3 here, then generally it will form a luminaries like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. For this, if I'm selecting this, because 2 rows in each row, 3 luminaries like that. No, you don't want to place. If you just want to give a option to itself, to the Dialux itself, like I want a 350 lux rough, and go to the arrangement. Arrangement, this is a tilt of that luminary, whether you want to place the luminary like this, which is focusing towards this, or if you want to place the luminary like this, which is focusing now towards this. So you are adjusting the luminary direction. Here you want to change the direction. So that is this XYZ. I will show you this in a while. So now you already placing the mounting, and you asked that 350 lux I required. So you just insert. So if you do this, so only 4 luminaries was placed. 4 luminaries were placed. 4 tubes were placed. So if you want to see this in other views, let's go to the 3D view. Here you can see this is my room. On the ceiling, these are placed like this. And if you want to see in the front, this is the normal view. And if you want to see the side views, you can see the side views. Side views. So all this you can see here. So I'm just going to the floor plan. After doing this, I'm just running the output and asking to start the calculation. When I run the calculation, I can see that in the 3D view, you can see the the now the light how it is appearing. So by this, you cannot judge that whether it is satisfying your criteria or not. So to find that, again, you have to place a calculation grid on top of this here in such, and you have to bring this calculation grid inside this room. And you want to calculate the values inside this room, right? And if you want to mention the automatic, if automatic is it gives these values. No, I want every at a distance of suppose a point 0.1 meters, point 0.1 meters, you can give that distance like point 0.1 meters and point 0.1 meters. So how clumsy it is. So you can give like this the calculation grid, and after that you can these are some options in the calculation grid. If you want, you can select all these things, gradients and display. If you want to mention the display, you can place. Let me change this with some point 3 to point 3 at point 300 mm 300 mm distance I am seeing. So now you can see this. These are the lux values in this location. Suppose here the lux value is 258. The low lux value, it will pop up with a magenta color. See 121, and the highest one is 279. The highest one is 279, and the lowest lux you can find is 121. But the average lux you can see here is 217, right? The average lux you are seeing is 279. Sorry, 217. So what is the other condition we need to satisfy here? That the minimum lux to the average lux should not be less than 0.6. It seems the minimum lux is equal to or greater than 0.6 into average lux. What is the average lux? 350. So 0.6 into 350, how much it is? Nearly to, let me see. Suppose the average lux is 350 and the 0.6. So the minimum lux should be 210. But here 121, and I am not meeting the average lux also. So what I have to do, I have to place one more luminary. Insert individual luminary. Where you want to place? I want to place here. And if you want to rotate this, you can rotate this. And insert. Now, after again with insertion, you can find that the values was changed. Now the average lux is coming to 3281. If you want to generally, if you want to shift this, you can shift. But it is a field arrangement. You already implemented these lights in the field arrangement. So if you want to adjust each one individually, just click on it, split it. So now click on it, split it. Then each luminary, now you can adjust. You can move towards this. So you can reduce the decrease the luminary here. So again, you can adjust this luminary towards this. And you can adjust towards this. Right? And now you can place luminaries one here. And you want to place one more luminary. Insert luminary, individual, and rotating 90 degrees. So now if I am doing the calculation, so that's stuck it. Sorry, I'm not inserted it. So I inserted now the luminary. I'm just adjusting this luminaries. Now I can see the average lux is 306 and minimum by average is 0.6. This should be more than this 0.6, right? So I have to check. So I think I need one more luminary to be placed. Sorry, I'm placing and I'm inserting this. So now you can see the average lux is 358 and minimum by average is also greater than zero point 0.6. So this is my this I can conclude that my uh, design for this one is free finalized. So to maintain a 350 lux and minimum by average as zero point 0.6, so I required 3367 luminaries inside this room. And if you want to generate the report, go to the output and you can see here the outputs. Go to the control room, go to the room surfaces and go to the calculation grid. The calculation grid will tell you the summary. Okay, will gives you the summary as well as the ISO lines, how the luminaries. You can see the luminaries on average of 560 here, 490, 420 and so on. And if you want to value chart will be there. And if you want to see where to place the luminary exactly, that also there, you can go to the luminary data sheets. Wait a minute, luminary data table or luminance diagram or luminaries for plan, luminary layout plan. So this is the luminary layout plan. And if you want to see the coordinates, he's saying that suppose this is my room entrance. I want to place the luminary one, this one at 0.937 and at a y of 1.521. This is 1.521 and this is 0.9327 and z is obviously top. So this is the coordinate where to place this one luminary. So you have to give this also to the site person, so he will know that where to place the exact the luminary. So all this you can see from the output one. So if you want to see the ceiling, how it is the ceiling on the ceiling, the value chart. This is the value on the ceiling, 835, the maximum, because it's very near to the one, right? So, and if you want to see the floor, these are the floor values. What is the average? You can see 486. Minimum is 337. Minimum by average is just to calculate that 337 by 486, that should be greater than 0.6. And if you want to see the isolants on the floor, these are the isolants on the floor. So this is the way of calculating, doing the luminary size. Now, the question is, this is I done for the a room which is having no equipment inside it, right? But obviously in a substation or in a bedrooms or in a living rooms, we are having sofa sets or we are having beds or some almaras. So where the will also impact on this reflection, all these things, right? So if you suppose in this room, I feel that a one pole is there, like a pillar is there here inside this one. Suppose if you want to insert that pillars, you can see the room elements here and you can insert the round column inserts. Yes. And you can place where the pillar is coming. Suppose the pillar is coming here, you can place the pillar here and you can insert surface. If you want to give the anything, you can give. So based on this pillar also, the some calculations will get changes. You have to, because these are some reflection factors, or maybe the other side of the pillar is not getting impacted with this one, right? So these are also some important things we have to consider. These are also given in this Dialux software. Or if the room definitely having the doors or windows, right? So if you want to insert the door, you can insert the door here. Where the door? Suppose this is my entrance of the room, center. This is my entrance of the room, and I am having a roof window also. Suppose I am having a window here directly towards this, and I am having a one more window. This is the one more window, and I am having one more window which is this side. So these are also impacting, showing and impacting during the daylight arrangements also, right? So these are also things we have to consider when you are sizing this on. So it's better to import directly the 3D view of that control room or 3D view of that room, which you can get from the civil department. The civil department will provide you the the exact 3D view of that room. So you can directly dump that CAD file into this and you can work on that. That will give you a good accurate results while without by unless doing with all these things. So now you can see the output, start calculation. Yes. And if you want to see the rooms, so this is the pillar actually. This is the floor view. This is the other view. This is a front view. This is a door. I'm entering. So I can see a pillar in here. That's it. So these are the views you can find. And you can see this. And other things also you can, it's there. Materials, different types of things, everything is also there. You can also use, or if you want to use the colors inside this room, that also showing some changes in the calculations, influence on the calculation. So let's see, let's do with some color of change. Suppose I'm taking the standard rating of 760. Might be the change or not. Let's see. Yes. Now this is generally it would be same, but come to the output and go to that ceiling, all these things. Then you can find the changes, room surfaces. If you go to the ceiling, there you can see the value chart. Here you can see no thing because I placed this pole here, right? That's why. And you can see now. You can see here. See, before we can't find 2582. The maximum we can see is 800. Now the ceiling, I put the reflection factor 70% so that the values has come up. The floor also you can see the value chart of the floor. This. So this how you can see the one. The ceiling I'm starting from here. I mean, on the wall, similarly with the value charts. This is the where the pillar is coming. So I cannot see this one, or maybe the so I cannot find on the other part. I can see this one, right? So this is the case on the wall. On the wall, the pillar is there. So beside the pillar, I cannot see the lux level because pillar is there. So on the wall too, where this is other side, so I can see this. On wall 4, maybe the this what I mean windows, everything. So here the maybe the window effect or what window effect. So these things you can generally check in the output part. So so it's better to do this sizing directly by importing the drawing file from the grid from here, drawing file or DX file. So you can import directly from the CAD and you can do this sizing on this. So it's a free software. So I request you to please download and you can try on your own to do on some exercises. So this is about the indoor lighting. And if you want to see the outdoor lighting, so go to the outdoor and insert the exterior screen, or if you want to load the drawing from the thing. So similarly, you're doing the same concept. I'm not having the drawing exactly right now, so I'm not able to do this. Come to the street light. So insert a standard street. Suppose select the in standard street. This is a street. I'm doing the sizing illumination for the street. This is a street. You can give the loss load factor, everything here. Suppose the width of the road is 10 meters width and a number of lanes means one way. Suppose it's a one way or 4 lines. Suppose I'm giving 4 lines. Suppose this is the road one and street coating. You can do the tar, everything. And the observer surfaces. These are some other things you can see. 4 cases. Now, if you want to mention, so I'm just adding the luminaries to this. Insert a optimized luminary arrangement or insert a street arrangement or insert a street element. Insert a street element here. If you want to, this is then suppose a highway. If you want to give a sidewalk to this, you can give a sidewalk. If you want to give a bicycle line to this, so it's a bicycle line. Now, if you want to give optimized luminaries, you can use this, or else you insert a street view and pole. If you want to give the pole height, everything. Suppose the pole length, which is this, the distance between the this. Suppose it's 1 meter, and the angle. Let's suppose angle is 10 degrees, and all. And go to the arrangement. Now I want the arrangement single row bottom or single row or top or double oppose like this. Suppose if I am inserting double oppose. So the luminaries are printed on both sides like this. Or else single row bottom. If I am doing this, it is coming like this, single row bottom. Or else double row with offset. Suppose if I light here, one more pole 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 here, offset kind of thing. So it's totally depends upon your. Now by placing this, now again you are doing the calculation and you are finding this street, the street one, and you can see that again. If you want, you can see the values by inserting the calculation grid inserts. If you want to see the directly from here itself. Where it is not coming. Sorry, let's remove this. Yeah, the lights are there. So if you want to see this, if you want to use calculation grid, you can use this. Otherwise, you just generally go to the output and you can find the whether you are getting the good values or not. Three validation fields, valuation fields, and you can find the ISO lines or grayscale or value chart, everything. And what is the average lux you want? 8, but you require support 20. Decrease the distance then. Place the 2 near to this. Or if you are using here 1, try to take 1 here. So kind of thing, your arrangement you can see, and you can find, you can have to meet the criteria that average lux should be 30 and the minimum by average should be 0.6. These are the two things. And reflection light loss factor 0.8, 0.5 for the outdoor, right? 0.5. So consider this a 0.5 as a lightning loss factor. Reflection factor will not be there because it's not inside the room. Fine. So this is the way of sizing the illumination. So you can size your own house, the illumination for the house or the factory or for a substation, wherever you want, you can so do this. But the thing you require is the exact model of that house you require, because suppose if I paint the colors with the white, green, and red, so three different reflection factors. So the values will be varied, and also depends upon the structure, a material you use it inside the room, and also depends upon the equipment placed inside the room. So exact design of that room you have to import into this Dialux software before before doing this illumination sizing. Clear, team? Yeah, please.
Hello, everyone. My requirement is concerning the control room, or said internal lighting. What in situation like control room, as the normally the requirement of the client, it is the work plan, not the ground. That also facilitates the calculation because we remove all the barriers and obstacle under
Yeah.
1 meter or 80 centimeter or 85, that's dependent to the specification of the client. You can show us, please, how we can adjust, make this adjustment into Dialux.
Yes, we can do that. We can give the work plane area also. Let me show you there. So this is the one you can define, user defined. Suppose this is about the luminary. I'm not talking about this luminary. So here the work plane height is 0.76 meters, 0.76 meters. So you can adjust that work plane area before selecting the room. Let's say room is, give me a minute. It's not working. So just give that. Suppose if you want to see in a 2 meters, just now you can do again the calculation. So you already mentioned that work plane area is 2 meters. Understand? So here you can give that value, work plane.
Yeah.
2 meters, right.
Normally, also the values that required shall be inserted at that level, not in ground level. Let's see, for example, in normal in control room, sometimes there are 400 looks at a work plan.
Yes.
Or desk plan.
Yes. Yes. For suppose for the office rooms, generally we will see that 400 lux level at a desk level where we are writing any notes or working, right? So we are checking that at that level of desk at the desk level. Suppose if I am doing the same illumination in some cable rooms, there I have to check up to that ground level where I can see the so many cables. So depends upon the activity, there the work plane will changes. Got my points?
Clear, thank you. It's clear.
Hello?
It is clear, thank you.
Yeah. So others? Clear team? Ashish, Ahmad. Okay, thanks. So I request you to please download this one. It is available in the from the browser. So and practice this.